guys, I wanted to come on here and talk to you about my cosmetology school experience. I recently got my little notification letter thing in the mail telling me that I need to renew my license, which comes after having your license for 2 years. So it kind of made me reflect and think about my time in cosmetology school, where I am in my cosmetology career, and just my thoughts now that I'm 2 years in. It's crazy how fast time is going, and I can't believe it's been 2 years, but I just kind of wanted to come on here and share my thoughts with you guys. So if you want to hear my cosmetology school experience, then keep watching. So a lot of my peers were going to college and had a set career that they were interested in. Like, they wanted to be a teacher, they wanted to be a nurse, or they wanted to be whatever. And I kind of felt a little bit discouraged because there wasn't something that I was passionate about that I wanted to be for the rest of my life. I always was interested in the beauty, in hair and makeup. My grandfather was a barber, and I kind of grew up in the barber shop. So I know that that's different, very different from being a hairstylist, but something that I did see was the relationship with his clients. He had clients that had been coming to him since they were kids, and now their kids were coming to him. And it was just, at that time, that was so cool to me. I thought that was so crazy how my grandfather had touched and been a part of so many people's lives, their daily routines, or knowing that in 3 weeks they were going to come and see him, and that their kids were going to come and see him. I thought that was just amazing. And when my grandfather passed away, at his funeral service, there were a lot of different flower arrangements that were sent in from people, and I had asked one of my family members who these were from, because there were a pretty good amount, and they were from clients. They were from his customers that had been his customers for years and years. And I was an 8th grader at the time, so I was still young and wasn't thinking about what I was going to do when I was older. I was just I remember that specific moment because it made me realize how my grandfather played a role in these people's lives, and that was just so crazy to me. And I'm not here saying that everybody's job doesn't touch other people. I just remember that specific time, and I always remembered that as I grew up. So my cosmetology school experience was a little bit different because I went to a brand new school. And fortunately, I was blessed to be in this new school, so my classes were really small. So there were, including myself, there were 4 girls. And in the more established schools like Aveda and Paul Mitchell, they'll have bigger classes. So I felt really blessed that I was able to have like that small class, so I could get like a lot of one-on-one time with the teacher. So something I will say about going into cosmetology school is making sure that you're ready to make a commitment, because you don't have a grace period or time to kind of mess around, or you're not getting a refresher courses in math or science. You're learning a new trade. You can't really afford to miss anything, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be like, I'll just learn how to cut that later. You know, you're learning it now so that you can use it in the future. You're learning your career. So at the time, I was 18, so everyone's young and doesn't know. So I would give that tip of advice that you need to be ready. If you're going to go to cosmetology school, you need to be ready and aware that you are making a commitment to your future career. So you don't really have time to mess around or not pay attention or skip class, because all of this is new. You're most likely, you don't know anything about doing hair because you've never been to cosmetology school. So everything you're learning is new and you need to learn it. So keeping that in mind, I would just recommend that if you're going, make sure that you're ready and take it extremely and very seriously, because you are preparing for your career. Being in cosmetology school, you usually do work with a lot of girls, so it does kind of prepare you for the wheel, it does prepare you for the real world salon experience, because you do have to learn to work well with other girls and to not let drama get in the way of doing that. Not to say that there aren't guys in the industry as well, but majority of the time the ratio is usually more girls than guys, and that can cause a lot of cattiness and drama. Being with a group of girls for a long period of time, kind of all trying to be the best. When you're in college, a lot of your friends are trying to do different things, and you're not trying to compete with them. And in cosmetology school, girls can be competitive, especially just in that nature of being together for a long period of time. So I will recommend that you stay focused on what's important. If you get kind of sidetracked into caring more about the drama or what's going on or who's doing this or who's doing better, you're just hurting yourself. It's easy to get in that mindset that you're all on the floor and you're wanting to be the best. And you should always strive to be the best, but you shouldn't try so hard to compete with particularly somebody else, especially in school. But if you do, you start to worry more about being better than that person than bettering yourself and perfecting your skill. When I was in school, I would take a long time with services, and I would freak out because I felt like everybody was going faster than me and I was going slow, and I thought everybody was judging me and like, oh my god, why is she so slow? I needed to focus on getting my technique down. I didn't need to worry about being super fast. And that's something that I realize now as a stylist, that I should have cared less about what my peers were thinking of me, because when you're a stylist out on your own working in the real world, no one's gonna care how long you took on your highlight in school, just that you learned and you're gonna do a good job now. So I would give that piece of advice. Try to be the best you can be, but don't get so caught up in trying to be better than your classmates or your peers, trying to be faster than them or whatever, because it doesn't really matter. You're in school, you're all learning something new, so you want to perfect your technique, because when you get out in the real world and are a stylist in the real world, it's not going to matter how fast you did something in cosmetology school. Okay, so my camera died and I had to go charge the battery and do some different stuff while I was charging. So I don't know if I'm in the same angle as I was previously, or if it's different. So if it's different, totally off, then I had to charge my battery and it died. So I think I was going off on saying that you don't have to just be behind the chair with your license. And what I meant by that was that there are a lot of hairstylists who have 3 different jobs other than just working behind the chair. You can work with a brand and be a distributor for them, or be an educator for them, or be a traveling stylist where you can go and teach advanced classes to different salons around the country. There are a lot of different things. You can be an educator, like an instructor at a cosmetology school if you want to. There are a lot of different avenues you can go with your cosmetology license. You don't just have to be behind the chair, and you don't just have to only be behind the chair. I know eventually I'm wanting to get into more different things, maybe work with a brand and be a specialist and be an educator and be able to travel and teach skills to different salons and different stylists everywhere. So you can have a lot of different jobs other than working behind the chair, or along with working behind the chairs. And this is a career that is constantly changing, constantly new things are coming out. You know, you think back to what was cool to do with your hair in high school and what's cool to do now. It's just totally polar opposites, and things are always changing. So what I love about this career, and I can't speak for everybody, but I never get bored, just because there's so much to always be learning and so much to be improving and so much to be perfecting. There's always new things coming out, and you want to be educated on that and be able to do that skill or technique amazingly for your clients. So I love that, and that's something that was really drew me to this career, is that you're constantly learning. You don't, basically, I just kind of wanted to make this video after getting my renewal letter in the mail. I just realized that it had been 2 years since I had gotten my license, and like I said, I was just reflecting and wanting to just share my thoughts with you guys in case you are thinking about going to cosmetology school, or if you're just interested in learning about it or being a hairstylist. And I know it's really overwhelming when you're 18 to decide what you want to do for the rest of your life. And a lot of people do go to college and get their basics done. And like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be one or the other. So it's hard and it's overwhelming when you're 18 to know what you want to do for the rest of your life. So I know that I was really conflicted on what I wanted to do, but something that I realized was that everybody does have a set of their best qualities that they can bring to the table. Like for me, I was a big people person, and I loved to have that one-on-one, person-to-person connection, and I loved that. So working with a lot of different people was important to me, and overall just being able to be creative. This is a very creative job, and you're going to have to use your own personal creative eye to just change someone's hair and their whole appearance. So being creative and being a people person were some qualities that I considered were my strong suits. So when looking for a career, this was something that I felt aligned with those qualities. Like I said, I just wanted to share my thoughts and reflections with you guys. I'm sorry if I rambled or went off on some different tangents. I kind of wasn't planning on doing a video like this. I just couldn't believe 2 years had passed and thought I'd just share my thoughts with you guys, because I know when I was considering what to do when I was 18, it was hard because there's so many different options and you don't really know who you even are yet at 18. So I just hope this video could have helped one of you guys or helped somebody make a decision or just get a little more educated on their choices. Yeah, I just wanted to ramble and share my thoughts with you guys on my cosmetology school experience. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope that this video could have helped someone out. Leave comments and give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to get in touch with you guys and talk to you guys. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!